Class 11 or automatic qualifiers. What would you like to see from that?
I just, tell me what the rules are, and my job is to go get Clemson ready for it. I certainly align with what our commissioners talked about, but at the end of the day, for me, whatever system we've had, we've had a seat at the table. When it was a BCS, we made it in 2013. We were one of the BCS teams and made it to a BCS bowl. It was a big deal, the Orange Bowl, and play Ohio State. And when it went to a Final Four, we went to 6 Final Fours, 4 Final Twos. You don't get lucky and do that. And when it went to 12, we made it. So my job and my main focus is focus on what I control, and that's making sure that Clemson is positioned for whatever situation arises. But I do think that what our commissioners talked about, I'm in alignment with that.
Coach, I work here in Charlotte. I had the pleasure of covering Nolan Hauser in his
Yeah.
high school.
Yeah.
When I was a kicker in college. How important is he to this team? I mean, we know what he did in that championship game. To have that weapon at your beck and call.
Yeah, I like to add that in. People say, man, y'all got a chance to got a good quarterback back, got a bunch of guys back in the trenches, you got some good skill. I was like, yeah, but we got a kicker who can win a game. Let's don't forget about old Hauser. It's just awesome. Kind of storybook that you make a game winner in your hometown, and this is my 36th year in college football, and I really was thinking about how many walk-offs I've been a part of. And it's really rare to be a part of a walk-off in football. I've been a part of some big wins that, you made the play, you stopped them on 4th down, you caught, but there was, still 30 seconds left or 3 seconds left. We won the national championship, but we still had to kick the extra point, had to do the kickoff, all that stuff. But a true walk-off, it's over right there in the moment, those are rare. And we had the one at LSU in the Peach Bowl in 12. Marcus Edmond that year in NC State game. That was done. There hadn't been many, and especially not only to have a walk-off, but for it to be for a championship. That was one of the coolest moments that I've been a part of, and for a freshman to step up and make a kick like that. But again, in his hometown in Charlotte at Panther Stadium, it was awesome to be a part of it.
Where do you see where he can make more growth this year in that line between doing what he has to do for you, and also there's a lot of talk about him for the next level?
Yeah, I certainly think he's on track to put himself in position to be a good player at the next level and create that opportunity for himself. But it's just more of the same. His first year he's developing. He's 175 pounds. I was just looking at his profile the other day. He was 175 pounds. Now he's about 206 or 7 or so, and so he needed to physically develop. He's done that really well. He needed to really grow into being a leader of the team, and that comes through earning it. He's done that. His first year as a starter, well documented. Too many turnovers. Took some sacks that he didn't need to take. Too many TFLs in the run game that he didn't need. He didn't really ever use his legs. He didn't take advantage of opportunities. So he had a lot of room for improvement. And you saw him improve in all those areas last year. He's become the leader of the team. He's physically developed. He really was opportunistic with his legs, both in running the ball but also creating explosives with his legs by managing the pocket, extending time, whatever it may be, getting out of the pocket. He, was explosive with the ball down the field. He took less sacks. He was much better in managing the run game with the TFLs. He got us in and out of a lot of plays, and just didn't turn the ball over. So now it's just more of the same. Because I think we can put more on him. Whether it be more package type stuff, check with me type stuff, because he's a very, very smart player. He's a gym rat, and he's going to work at it. So more of the same. Continuing to be elite in protecting the football and not putting us in advantageous situations. Being even better when it comes to complete ownership of the system, the details, the precision in what we're doing, just being fanatical about the fundamentals, just the boring, mundane stuff. Being that leader, he's really taken a big step forward there, but I think really, and he's earned it. So now just like, let's build on that. So just more of the same, just at one another higher level. And if he does that, he's going to have a heck of a year.
Yeah, but on the other side of the ball, shout out once they knocked off Miami.
Say it again?
Fran kind of gave a shout out when Syracuse knocked off Miami last year. What did you think of, what he was able to do his first year at Syracuse, especially since you and him had kind of recruited that spot?
I really like Fran. I saw him yesterday. As a matter of fact, we were crossing paths. He was leaving, I was coming, but that was a really cool moment. You can only play games. We went 7-1, I guess, and Miami ended up with 2 losses. You got to play all your games, and that last game put us in the championship, which was awesome. Kind of a crazy day for us, but amazing job in his first year. Incredible. So I think he's a really good football coach. He's really put a good roster together. You can tell that the kids, he's really created a lot of belief within his team, and the guys have bought into it. So, he's off to an amazing start and going into year 2. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. I know you weren't over here, but I think they've come up with a good plan that hopefully will achieve both objectives of getting the opponents off the field properly, but also being able to then get our team to the Paul, let the fans on, do the alma mater, and honor the tradition that we've all enjoyed at Clemson for a long time.
Yeah, one of the big talking points this year has been you guys had an elevated receiver room. They say it's more similar to the championship years. Can you talk about what you've seen from that group, especially when you pair it with a veteran quarterback like Klubnik and how they can elevate your offense?
Well, they've got great chemistry because they've all played together now. This time last year, Wesco hadn't played, T.J. Moore hadn't played, Antonio Williams had been out a year, and so we had a lot of work to do, and so the experience is awesome. And we had 2 young depth guys that moved on to other places, so we needed to go get a depth guy, and we did. We went and got a kid named Tristan Smith out of southeast Missouri, and somebody was asking me about him the other day, and I said, well, we went into the spring with 5 starters, and we came out with 6 because I think he's that caliber. So we really we're in a much different place than we've been really in the last couple of years, so because we have 6 guys that really can start, and I think hopefully we can really have we call it 2 waves of terror to where we can really play these guys. And, it's a long season. But all these guys, we have a confidence in all of them. We really do, all 6. And then we got our guys behind them that we'll develop from there. So it's a really, really good group. And, again, they've all played together now. With Tristan coming in the spring and being able to get some chemistry with Cade, that was very important too. We haven't had this situation in a while. I'm excited about it, and hopefully can hit the ground running with a little more precision earlier in our season.
Coach, you and I got the premier defensive coordinator in Tom Allin, promotion for Penn State. What went into that decision? How do you think he helps elevate your defense?
Yeah, just he's a guy that I've known a little bit over the years. Hadn't spent much time with him, but we talked a little bit on the phone when he was the head coach at Indiana. But just going through the process, I just felt like it was hard. It was hard because there were, got it down to about 5 guys, and then to 3, and then to 2, and I just felt like they're all great coaches, but I just felt like he was the right leader of men that I really needed in this moment. Both for the people in the staff room, but also the players. So, and he's been awesome. He really has. He's just those of you that know him, he's just such a great guy, and he's passionate about what he does, and I'm excited to go through the season with him.
Two more questions. We only have time for 2 more questions. sure scholarshiping everyone that you can on the team, and kind of functionally that changes what the policy is for walk-ons. And I'm just kind of curious what the rationale was behind that, and what you kind of give up by not having walk-ons on the team at the same time.
I'm not sure I follow the question. I passionate about scholarship and everybody. I've been passionate about the thing I've been most passionate about is trying to make sure we have an opportunity for walk-ons. So I'm not sure I'm not really tracking your question. I haven't been pushing for more scholarships. I've been pushing to allow walk-ons to still be a part of our program.
Going forward, once the wave of designated student athletes kind of works its way through,
Yeah.
if there is everyone on a scholarship, does that mean that there's players that are recruited to have an opportunity to earn a scholarship?
No. So we'll be at 105 like everybody else, and I was thankful that some common sense prevailed in this case, in that they did grandfather all those kids everywhere that have been a part of programs that were going to have to be cut, and allow them to finish. It's a really horrible reality that it was going to be the week of the LSU game when we had to declare. And you got a kid that's been on your team for 4 years, and he's into his 5th year, or 3 years, and he's a senior, and he's a great kid, and he's well respected, and now I got to tell him, hey, you can't be a part of the team anymore, even though you pay your own way and all this stuff. So I'm thankful that the right thing was done, and they grandfathered all these kids all across the board to allow people to matriculate out as far as through their eligibility. And so I think we're at like 124, 120. Our roster was 135, so it'll be 120 something this year, with the guys that are staying on from a walk-on standpoint. Now, that's great for all these kids that have been, a part of the programs, but it doesn't help the kid that's in the 9th grade that's dreaming to come to walk on at Clemson one day. And so my hope is somewhere down the road, maybe that'll change, because I really don't understand that. And honestly, it was an unintentional consequence of the lawsuit. It wasn't something that was intended. It just it's semantics, and it was an unintended consequence. And I'm hoping that will get fixed somewhere down the road, because the true walk-on 3 years, it's going, kids won't have the opportunity. Those kids in the 25 class that would have had the opportunity, but 26, 27, those kids don't. You have to be a scholarship player or you can't come. And so I'm hoping at some point, that will resolve itself.
Last question. Who's the best ACC player you've ever played or coached?
Well, I didn't play against any of them, but I've coached against a bunch of them. ACC. So I would just say that, and again, not counting our guys at Clemson, there's been a lot of great players, man. But if I had to just pull out a couple, I can say that two guys that I had great respect for, two guys that always just kind of made me hold my breath until we got them down, was Lamar and Dalvin Cook. Like, those were two guys that when they touched the ball, I was like, thank God we got them down. Or thank God Lamar threw it to somebody or handed it to somebody. Those were two great players. And then I'd say the other one was Luke Kuechly. I used to get so mad. Because you'd be like, I'd be like, I'm just telling y'all, if this guy has 19 tackles on us, I'm going to lose my mind. Grade the tape, he's got 20 tackles. I'm like, and this guy why can't we block this guy? And he was unbelievable. Luke Kuechly, probably one of the most underrated dudes out there. He was a great player. He made every play. He made every play. And so I played against some great ones. But great ones. But Lamar and Dalvin, they made you hold your breath. Like, whoa. And so could probably come up with a few more too.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay.